This is where the old Cow Puncher was. This is Cow Puncher, the original Cow Puncher, cocktails, steakhouse. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. That's cool. Anyway, my YouTube career, well, not quite, but I started. I made a few YouTube videos before Adam the Woo came through here, and and got this sign and didn't know the background place. So I said, well, I'll post a video from him for him explaining what the sign's about. There's originally a bar and a restaurant here, or early '80s sometime. It's somewhere in there. Let me focus in on the. I think that's the Buckeye Hills out there. If I can get that. But anyway, let me get back to this place. One guy had built it. I don't know what he built it, but he built it before I-10. I-10 was completed back in the 80s, about 80 or 81, something like that. He built it, and this is Buckeye Road. This was a really busy road at that time. This is a really popular spot. It took its traffic, but not as much as it did before I-10 was completed. But let me give you there's a dairy over there. I don't know if there's any cows over there or not. Still people living over there, so it's probably still active dairy. They walk around there. I'm going to try to do this in one take so I don't have to loop the videos together. Some political signs. There's a real estate sign out here. I don't see it, so I'm assuming it's still for sale, but I just don't know who has it. But I'm going to get to my footwear in a second. But these trees have grown up since this place was here. But as the story goes, the guy that had bought it from the original, the guy that had bought it from the guy that had built it, and they got into an argument. Oh, this guy went and set fire to the place. Back in the early 80s, it all burned down. Early 80s, mid 80s, I don't know, somewhere back in the 80s, it all burned down. I'm going to wander through here. Let me show you what I've got on my feet. Now, wandering gypsy, stepped on a rattlesnake, and I came prepared. Let me show you what. You can see those there. For the chicks out there, those are like size 11s. I'm not saying I built like John Holmes, but I'm not saying I'm puny either. But I got to know somebody a little bit before I hop in bed with him. I'll look for him. I'll probably do that after I finish the video. But there was 2 concrete pads where the buildings were. There's one there. So I got some vote for somebody signs over there. A bunch of those. There, we're going to get all those till. Actually, we got anyway, there's grass here, but not quite. There's a surprised me. Lizard, I think. Other concrete pads over here. Now, what I'm remembering, there was thin concrete building or thin steel concrete. Let me take that back. Thin steel buildings. These were made out of it was steps for a mobile home out here, but I don't see them anymore. I haven't been out here about 6. Oh, there's a steps for mobile home. I think the guy that had bought it and was buying it at the time that it burned down had a mobile home out here. That's what I was told. That's for the other building. You can kind of see what's left of it. There's a lot of concrete, but that may have been tossed here after the thing burned down. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too worried about stepping on a snake. It's warm out here anyway. About 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that. And I left my hat on the job. You go over these bricks without falling over. I left my hat on the job. It's maybe about 8 or 10 miles north of here. And they plowed these fields in the middle of the summer. Has it been long enough for a crop to come up and they harvest it? Or was it a winter crop that they harvested? I don't know. These trees have grown up since these buildings were here. But there's you can see where the bathrooms were here. Probably like men and women's bathrooms back to back. I think that's what these were here. These shoes are real tough. A snake would have a hard time getting its fangs through the leather of these shoes. Have to There's birds out here. Man, it's nice and warm. I'm thinking these snakes are probably going to be at his burrows for sandpiper critters. Now, if an individual were into, the retail food business, I don't know if that's a good spot or not. It was, like I said, it was back maybe 60s, 70s when this thing was built. But, there's no other restaurants for many miles, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to encourage somebody to try something out here and not do well. I think what I do is buy the property and get permission, or either buy the property or get permission from the current owner to park a roach coach out here. Maybe a couple of them with different types of food, and you see how well they do. Road lines, I doubt those are being used because nobody uses landline codes anymore. Everybody's got cell phones. Let me get if I can. Is it working? Yeah. See this is the very southern end of the White Tank mountain range. Buckeye Hills are just a little further west, but those are the White Tank mountain range. Actually, quite a ways north of here because Buckeye Road dips quite a way south. But this is a corner of US 85 where Buckeye Road and Perryville Road. Anybody else interested in coming out here? Take up there. Probably post this tomorrow morning. I was trying to do this just in one shot so I didn't have to edit the videos together. And see what I might do. Okay, as far as I know, nobody died at this place. But, Wo bist du, Geist? Where are you, Ghost? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Very western end of the Trellis. Trellis go quite a ways. They go quite a ways east. Just 360. I gotta call people and see if and try to go get my hat. I'll be saying bye from here as I look at the White Tank mountain range. I think at the Buckeye Hills, like I said, I'm thinking very soon. This is too far south to get to Bradshaw's and any other range, but the top of some of the Strellas from sometimes I want to get up and climb some of the Strellas and take my camera up here and get to you can actually see downtown Phoenix. That would be cool, but it's too hot to do that now. I'll be planning up for the fall. Bye bye.